Okay, drawing class, so we're on page 10, and page 10 is a highlighted page now. And what we're going to do is not this right here. This isn't what we're doing. So what we're going to be doing is creating an abstract still life. So we're going to start with our focal point in the upper quadrant of our picture. And we're going to draw some radiating circles. That means getting bigger as they go out. And then we're going to divide those targets up. So this one I'm going to leave alone, this one I'm going to divide up, and this one I'm going to leave alone. Then I'm going to put a thick line down here, and this will be my focal point. Now I'm going to draw another one, only this one will be overlapped by the first one. So I'm starting with my middle one, then I'm going to put another one around it, and a third layer around that, and then I'm going to divide these up. Then I'm going to put a little stick down here. Okay, so there's two. Now 3 is a strong compositional number, so I want to have a third one, and this one's going to be over here this time. Okay, because our strong areas of composition are like if we had a tic-tac-toe board here. All right, so we don't want to have it centered. All right, so that's all you're going to do there. Oh, I need this guy's little stick back here. All right, and then if I wanted, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so that's the first step for your chalk still life. All right, so we're going to get this started with our first and our last and our table number and our hour. Okay, and I used my chalk for that. Let's do that. Okay, so now I've practiced on my packet page, and now I've got a piece of chalk that in the old days we used to write on the board with it when we had a chalkboard. Well, this works good on this because when it gets wet it kind of disappears. So like, let's say I make a mark and I'm like, oh, I don't like that. All right, it doesn't matter because later this is that'll all disappear. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a circle and then draw a bigger circle and a really big circle, and I'm gonna make a stem, and I'm gonna make a pattern in my circle, my second circle. Okay, then I'm gonna make another partial circle because this is overlapping, and I'm going to the edge of my paper because I want to go, I don't want to be little in the middle. And then I'm gonna make a tinier one back here. Okay. And I think this time I'm gonna do my patterns on the first and third instead of the second. Okay, and then I'm gonna have a little stick coming down here. All right, so that is my composition for my still life. Okay, so now what I did is I've got some Elmer's glue, and I'm going to put glue lines on the lines that I want to keep. And the reason that I'm doing that is because when we're working with chalk, sometimes it gets a little bit out of control and it can end up being a big blurry mess because we do blend with chalk like we did on the like you will do on the technique sheet. So by putting glue on, you're kind of like creating bumpers at the bowling alley that kind of help things just stay put. And as you use chalk, you'll get better at it, but this is just a good way to start using chalk. Okay, so after I get done outlining all of this with my glue bottle, and like I said, if there are lines that you don't like, then you just leave them alone and don't glue them, and then when we go to pastel over it, they'll go away. Then this will be it for today, and you're going to let this dry, and then once you've done the technique sheet and you know how to handle pastels, then you're going to color this in with pastels using the different techniques. What do you need, Elena?
My Pastel.
Well, I don't know what to tell you then, honey. Go sit down and think of the desert and just focus on your work. Kenyon, that's not what we're working on, buddy.
Is that for inches?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's gonna turn out?
Mm-mm.
That's 7?
Yeah.